It's time to rethink the school week schedule and improve learning and motivation in students and even faculty. Changing the average school week schedule can play an effect on the students, of course, but it doesn't just stop there. It can greatly improve the faculty and families' well-being as well in many different ways. My name is Tessa Bugnetti, and it is my freshman year at Bucks County Community College. As a student who went from going to school every day, Monday through Friday, and now goes about 2 days a week, I can speak on the benefits I have seen personally. I have plenty more time to focus deeper on my schoolwork and give it way more attention that isn't rushed. There are also benefits like having more time to work while getting my education and spending time with family instead of burying myself in school all the time. Today, I will be persuading you guys that the 4-day school weeks can have a much better effect on students, faculty, and families. We will begin with the educational benefits of changing the school weeks to give students an extra day off from school aside from the weekend. The day off would best benefit the students if it was in the middle of the school week, like Wednesday. It gives students time to work on anything that they didn't have time to turn in or even get extra time studying. This way, more time is spent deliberately focusing on their schoolwork, improving knowledge and understanding. It also gives students time to rejuvenate and prepare for going back to school the next day, which can improve focus and attention in classes themselves. In A Pause That Pays Off, How Wednesdays Off Could Boost Student Success, it says, a Wednesday off would be the perfect time for rejuvenation, catching up on work, studying for that upcoming test, or even regaining the lack of sleep from the days prior. This deepens my argument that having the midday break would energize students to better improve their academic performance. We can see this also shown in the photo here of students engaged in class. With this, I would also like to talk about how students can not only feel more prepared when going back to class, but they can also show results that determine that the break midweek improved their test scores and overall learning. Improvement in tests and assignments show that students are retaining and keeping knowledge better than if we force them into school more often. To expand on this, by having students in school 4 days out of the week rather than 5, students have more of a chance to fully retain the knowledge. Many times, students feel like they are learning new topics just to move on the next day. Having the midweek break can give the students a chance to really take in and understand the information rather than rushing through the curriculum. In 4-day school week can improve academic performance, policy study finds, it says, the researchers found a 4-day school week had a statistically significant impact on math scores for 5th grade students. This can prove how a subtraction of the school day and the school week can play a great effect on the education of students as shown in the photo. 4-day school weeks can also have benefits on students in ways other than just educationally. Taking away one day that students must go to school can relieve some stress or anxiety that builds up throughout the week. By doing this, you are also ensuring more focus and attention in school itself because their brain has less going on at the same time. This also means a potential improvement of academic performances in students. In 4-day school week may yield mental health benefits for life school students and families. It states, students have room to manage their time more efficiently, focusing on academics during the school week and avoiding feeling overloaded by assignments. This greatly shows how the shorter school weeks can change how overwhelmed a student may be from assignments and school in general, also shown in the photo here. Now that we talked about both the educational and emotional benefits from 4-day school weeks for students, we can dive into the benefits it has on faculty. 4-day school weeks can give faculty more time to grade and create assignments or tests. It can also give teachers time to focus more on specific students' work and education than if they felt rushed to finish because of the extended week. In 4-day school week overview, it says, with an extra day to plan lessons, grade assignments, and attend professional development opportunities, teachers can feel more prepared and engaged in their work. Furthermore, being able to be more engaged in their work means being able to be more engaged in the student's education and growth overall. The photo shown here demonstrates this by showing how a teacher is able to engage with a student on a more personal level. The last group that we will be benefiting from this change in a school week is families at home. For example, many families don't get much time with their children because they spend so much of their week at school and doing schoolwork. 4-day school weeks can give families at home that time to connect to their children on days beside the weekend. In What the Research Tells Us About 4-day school weeks, it tells us families often cite reduced stress, more family time, and scheduling flexibility. This can also improve the connection between students and their families at home and also eventually play an effect on the students in school. This will happen because they are getting the attention and connection at home, so they won't have much of their mind consumed with the thought of getting family time. Lastly, let's talk about the overall benefits of 4-day school weeks on families, students, and faculty. With 4-day school weeks, not only are students and faculty benefiting, but so are families of the student and faculty. In order to see these benefits, we must make a change in the school weeks by either taking a day off midweek, the beginning of the week, or even the end. In the 4-day school week, what research shows about an alternative schedule, we hear how the change in which schools often drop either Monday or Friday from class schedules is thought by some to be a useful tool to give teachers more planning time and decrease student absences. This can make students' attendance better, teacher morale better, and stop families at home from wondering if their child is doing their best in school. As you can see, there are many benefits to a change in the amount of school days in our school weeks. With the information I've provided you today, I hope you can agree that 4-day school weeks can play a great effect on students, faculty, and families at home. Hopefully, we can make a change and see improvements in our students' education and well-being overall. Thank you for listening, and I hope this encourages you to think more about this change.